Alright, and welcome to our angle review, level 3. Now in this very first example, we're going to notice that these are going to get a little bit harder. And we want to start labeling things. In your first 4 problems, they'll all be labeled, but in the back 4 problems, they won't be labeled. So let's go ahead and practice the labeling now. So example 1 says this: given angle TPV, so we want to start at T and go to P and then go to V. I'll use this color instead. So from T to P to V, or aka this whole thing, we know that that's going to be 96 degrees. And we're given that TPU is 8x plus 42. So I go from T to P to U, and I know that that will be 8x plus 42. Lastly, I have UPV is 2x plus 24, so I'll use 2 arcs to show that that's different, and we'll write 2x plus 24. Now notice we're going to do something here. I want you to always identify the part, so this is a part, this is a part, and of course we know that that 96 is going to be our whole. And we can use the basic formula, part plus part equals the whole, where my very first part is 8x plus 42 plus my second part, 2x plus 24, is equal to the whole, which will be, of course, 96. Now from here we know on the left side we have to combine our like terms. So I know 8x plus 2x will of course give me 10x, and of course 42 plus 24, oh, that will give us about 66, is equal to 96. Going from here, we know we always get rid of our addition first, so minus 66, minus 66, and then our 10 drops down, so we have 10x. This was a 0 pair, it goes away, and of course 96 minus 66 is 30. Now from here we will divide both sides by 10, and we get our final answer, which is of course x equals 3. That's right, it looks like a difficult problem right off the bat, but nope. Pretty simple. Now go ahead and pause this, finish taking any notes, and we're going to move on to our second example. For our second example, we are now given NQW is equal to 4x plus 25. So once again, guys, start at N, go to Q, go to W, and we now have that 4x plus 25. Now from here it also says we have angle WQP, so we can go from W to Q to P, and check it out, that's going to be 3x plus 15. Now notice something, these two angles are on a straight line, and in fact we know something, that a straight line will always be 180 degrees. That's something that we have to remember, and remember we call that supplementary or a linear pair. Now from here what we want to do is I want to label this. Is it my part or is it my whole? Well, of course, that is a part. I know that this is also a part, and this will in fact be my whole. So let's go ahead and set up our equation. We know that part plus part equals the whole, or in this case, 4x plus 25 plus 3x plus 15 equals 180. Now let's go ahead and do a little combining like terms. So I know 4x plus 7x will of course, 4x plus 3x will of course be 7x, and 25 plus 15 will give me 40. Sometimes I get ahead of myself, it happens. Now from here we know we want to get rid of our addition first, so minus 40, and remember I'm subtracting because it's the opposite of addition. So that 7 on x comes on down, and we have 7x equals 180 minus 40, which is 140. Now from here, of course, this 7 is being multiplied by the x, so we do the opposite, which is to divide, and of course we're going to get this, x equals 140 divided by 7, which is 20. Alright, same advice as last time. If you need more time to write down these notes, please pause the video right now. Let's move on to our third example. Okay, so here we have our third example, and let's check this out. It says that UH is upside down T, HV. Wait a second. What does that upside down T mean? Well, it means that they are perpendicular. And if I were to ask you how many degrees is perpendicular, I hope that you would say Good, 90. Perfect. So we know our angle right here is actually a right angle. Or also that these two angles are going to be complementary or add up to 90 degrees. Now from here, let's go ahead and label our angles. We know we have UHZ, that's this one right here, which will be 3x plus 15. Oh, that looks familiar. And right here we have ZHV, which will be 6x plus 3. Now, same thing as last time. I, of course, would like for you to label your parts in your whole. We know that this is a part. We know that this is a part. And like we said earlier, complementary angles or a perpendicular angle will, of course, be 90 degrees, which is our whole. So, switching to my nice little blue, we know that the part plus the part is equal to the whole. And let's go ahead and fill in our parts. Our part 1 was 3x plus 15 plus 6x plus 3, which will add up to be 90. And remember, we call those complementary angles. Okay, now from here, we're going to combine our like terms. We know 3x plus 6x will be 9x, and 15 plus 3 would be 18. Fantastic. So 9x plus 18 is equal to 90. Now, the same as we've been doing, to get rid of our addition, we will subtract, so minus 18. And if you need a calculator, that's going to be okay. 90 minus 18, a little tricky, but that's going to be 72. Now, from here, of course, we can divide both sides by 9. And once I divide by 9, well, I know that 72 divided by 9 will give me 8. All right. Hey, we have one more example to go. I would encourage you to pause this video, finish taking any notes, and let's go ahead and move forward. Okay, here's our fourth and final example. Now, for example 4, we've got given angle RSP. So I want to start at R, I want to go to S and go to P. And I know that that's going to be 4x minus 8. Now I'm also given QSP, which I know is going to be 6x minus 20. And we want to find the value of x. Now here's the problem that you're going to run into with vertical angles. You're going to notice one of two things. So one, let me turn to this nice little purple. Either you're going to have vertical angles, which are going to be congruent. So for example, if we had been given instead QSH, well, and this of course is PSR, we know that those would have been congruent or equal. But we're not given that. We are given these two adjacent angles, and they lie on a straight line. So they wind up being a linear pair, or aka 180 degrees. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's label our whole thing as 180 degrees. And so I know that this is a part, and of course that is a whole. Now from here, switching back to my nice sky blue, I'm going to take my first part, 6x minus 20, plus my second part, 4x minus 8. And of course, this is going to add up to 180. Once again, remember, if they had been the vertical angles, we would have set them equal. They would not have added up to 180. Now from here, of course, 6x plus 4x, I combine my like terms, I get 10x, and negative 20 minus 8 will of course give me negative 28. And this will equal 180. Now from here, in order to get rid of a minus 28, ask yourself, what is the opposite of minus 28? So of course that will be plus 28 plus 28. And we're going to get 10x is equal to, wait a second, 180 plus 28, that's a big number. That's going to be 208. And after I divide both sides by 10, a cool trick with dividing by 10, take your decimal and just move it one position to the left. And so we know x is equal to 20.8. Alright, I hope that these 4 examples helped you out. The only thing that I did not cover, once again, is if you have vertical angles that are across from each other, you're going to set them equal. Alright, good luck, and I'll see y'all in our level 4 video.